place fairly well.
What about the gophers?
Pardon?
What about the gophers?
There's, as I understand, I think 3 colonies of gopher tortoises, about 100 turtles in all. The plan is, first to mitigate and move 1 colony, which is about 30 turtles, which is in the area of the initial construction. And that will be done, that will have to be done this fall, as I understand it, so.
Thought you had to move them before October or something like that.
That's right, yeah, that first colony had to be moved, I think, before the end of October.
Okay.
This year, in order for construction to start after that. Now, the other 2 colonies will be moved within the next 2 to 3 years.
Well, you don't have to move them real
No,
quick.
not as long as.
Why wouldn't you move them all at one time?
I think would be ADS's preference, but they don't have new homes for the turtles.
Don't have new homes.
Or not that they're being worked out, or they're in. And again, before their plan's accepted, I don't profess to be a gopher tortoise expert or mitigation expert, but as I understand it, before their plan is signed off on by the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, it has to be a known plan of what's going to happen with all those turtles. And I think the prospective homes for the other 2 colonies are they're in the process of being worked out.
Where's this first colony gonna go?
I'm not sure. It may be the malls. One of the malls.
They got a sanctuary.
Well, there's another one over in Mississippi at the golf course over there. They got a fenced in area and you can't even walk in there and all that kind of crap.
I know that they talked to 4 different banks, turtle banks, mitigation banks.
They bought 400 something acres out west of Chunchula.
Malls. And see, I think that's the rest of them, I think, are destined for that. And the plan's changed so many times, that's why I can't keep up with where they're going. But I believe their malls is expanding, has got a permit approval to expand.
So this first colony, if they get it out of the way, they can go ahead with construction, do everything they need to do.
That's correct. That's about 30 turtles.
Jim, I presume they gonna build a fence around the area then to keep the others from coming in there.
I presume,
If you don't,
right. They come right back.
Yeah, they coming back.
Right. I understand they come back overnight.
They'll come back.
Right. And one other issue on another matter, we talked briefly, the contract year is coming up with Allied Waste. And at this time last year, actually a little bit later than this, there was a price increase to the authority. I think it was about 2%, just under 2.5% based on CPI, and about 4% based on fuel. Right now, and this is all based on August indices, so the August CPI index is not out yet, but based on the trend in June, it looks like the index is going to be down. Fuel certainly looks to be down, because fuel last year was $4.50 a gallon, based on the EIA, Department of Energy website. So fuel's down right now, so the fuel index looks to be down. Now, so it looks like the authority is going to be in a position to actually request a decrease. Now, if you request a decrease, you have to notify them 90 days prior to January 1st. So you would need to do that by your next meeting. And again, if you're not sure, some people don't like to request a decrease, but that's up to the authority to decide. But if you're considering it, you may want to go ahead. You can always put them on notice that you want to select that option of the agreement to do a decrease, and then if you work out other things, decide not to do it, you don't have to do it. But at least you've notified them per your contractual terms.
I think we're on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you like, I can draft you a letter.
Could you do us a letter?
I'll draft you a letter for your signature. Okay. I'll send it to Dana. Okay.
Any more old guys?
Yeah. I don't know whether, I guess it is old too. Today was 2 weeks ago. Out here between here and 56, state line. I got behind the garbage truck and he was dumping. I had to wait behind him and he take off and people going everywhere. So.
Where was it?
He picked up right at the Dogwood Lane Road. There on towards.
We should have talked to them before they.
Well, that's what I kind of.
2 weeks ago, you said?
It was 2 weeks ago today.
Yeah, and I witnessed this myself, right outside my yard, the truck was coming up 43, when I started trying to go in the yard, it was just blowing off. He's coming up 43, it was just blowing
So
off.
it's not covered?
No, they didn't close the gate.
No. Well, this was a top, he dumped the can into the top.
Well, he was just driving up the road, and it just blowing off everything.
Yeah, well, that's what, after he dumped it, he pulled off and it started blowing out.
I wish you'd brought that up fully.
Well, that's,
Well, I forgot about it.
I don't forget things like that.
But that is a problem, that's a continuing problem. They say they're gonna take care of it, they never do.
Well, the roads are bad enough now with her, and, without,
All they gotta do is go to the gate.
That's all they gotta do. And he wasn't picking up,
You
he
know,
was
I
coming
think
up
so,
43.
you know, if you just pull it up on the yard and pick up and done, it's not a problem. You get out on the highway.
He was going about 35, 45
There's
miles
no
an hour.
reason they can't close the gate when they get out on the highway.
He was traveling from, going up the highway.
Anything else?
yep, on Robert Dale,
Do we need to talk about that in open meeting? Using somebody's name and their account, is that?
That needs to be executive session.
Okay. All right, any more old business? Any new business? I got one thing that I was asked to bring up. I hope y'all feel the same way about it I do. I was approached about 2 weeks ago by a representative of the sheriff's department. They wanted us to cancel our contract with the state and give them $50,000 a year and let them hire a deputy. They need another full-time deputy, and they would let him work on garbage sometime.
Sometime.
do what now, what are we talking about?
They want us to cancel our contract with the state. health
David?
department, yeah, and pay the sheriff's department $50,000 a year so they can hire another full-time deputy, and they'll let him work on garbage sometime.
I would think we need a better explanation than that.
I brought it up. That's what I told them I did.
What about you, Charlie?
They said they needed another deputy on this road, and they would let him work on garbage sometime.
And get rid of David?
Yeah. Cancel the contract with the health department.
We would be messed up.
Can't see
Oh,
that.
we probably don't need to go there right now anyway.
Well, I'll tell them I brought it up. I did what I told them I'd do.
If you say something about the health department, people's eyes gets big.
Dave, you got anything you want?
We will be mailing, exemptions, notifications out into this month. Everybody that's exempt now will get a notification to reapply. Hopefully, any new ones have to come and apply to the office, and that they would be sent one and get them back to us on November 31st, or last working day in November, we'll take the applications for that date. Next week, we'll have show calls here at the health department.